So tomorrow, hopefully it will be tomorrow by the time you watch this and listen to it. But tomorrow, HBO Max will be debuting a new Harley Quinn season 3, I think it's season 3, holiday special called A Very Problematic Valentine's Day Special. And I don't know, just based on the trailer that's been out for a couple weeks now, what it's going to entail. Obviously, it's going to be very, I would say in some areas, very Lovecraftian maybe, very, very like kinky in ways that creatively you couldn't do in real life kind of deal. But yeah, it looks really, really intriguing, really interesting. And they are kind of teasing maybe that something might happen between Harley and Ivy. I'm not saying that's true. But, if it's titled Very Problematic Valentine's Day Special, obviously it's going to lead to something, but we just don't know what. Now, I could assume that they would probably keep Harley and Ivy together because, if you pull them apart, what sense does it make for them to, be partners or a team or whatever? So I got a feeling they'll probably keep them together, but based on what the trailer has shown, I think they might have to be a little bit more careful about having the moments together, if you understand what I'm saying, the quote-unquote moments. Because apparently when they have a moment together of intimacy, that's when all the problems kind of start, across the city. And again, we'll just have to see how it gets sorted out as time goes on. But again, it's really, really interesting to see how creative they're going to get. I mean, the synopsis, is kind of interesting. You have Bane getting advice from that demon character, whatever his name is, Erotic, on getting dating advice. You have Darkseid dating. He's dating I don't know what her name is again, but she's kind of very stone-faced like he is. Not like he is, but basically like she's very, not really expressionable, if you will. You have King Shark with somebody, I can't think of her name, and the kind of reenacting or redoing the love scene with the pottery and everything from Ghost. You got a lot of things happening here. And then you have the synopsis of Clayface discovering self-love. And we can only imagine what that is. I mean, if you go on to certain sites like DeviantArt and, Ink Bunny or wherever, people have, especially those into the shape-shifting kind of thing when it comes to goo girls or goo guys or whatever, slime girls, slime guys, whatever. Basically, those that have the power to shapeshift. There have been numerous people that have actually used Clayface to shapeshift into two different females at times. Just like they do with the Ditto Pokemon from Pokemon that can do some shapeshifting. They basically use it in creative ways. I mean, there are various images, basically, webcomics, non-dialogue at times, to where this happens. So we can only assume that maybe that might be what they do with Clayface in this, where it's about self-love. So you got to wonder if he's going to split himself in two and shapeshift himself into different people. I mean, I think he does shapeshift himself into Wonder Woman, at one point. I'm not really sure, but it does. But it does kind of open the doors to how far he's going to go. I mean, we know he can pull off being a female, without a problem. We know that. He might have some lingering effects afterwards. But whatever they have planned here when it comes to Clayface is going to be intriguing. But the overall synopsis, though, of the special and the trailer that went with it, I honestly, I cannot, I cannot wait to see it when it premieres, or at least check it out to see what it's really going to entail. Because, again, with animation, I think I've talked about this before, with animation of any kind, the imagination is only limited to, to the unlimitedness of ideas that can come from the mind, if you will. That's what it is. The creativity, the imagination of creativity is limited only to the ideas from the mind getting less and less and not being there. But it seems that, when it comes to shows like Harley, they are going nonstop. They continue to bring out certain ideas that, you could only, at one time think you'd look at, read about, and all that in fiction by fans like me. Now, I mean, because here's what's interesting. There's a lot of adult stories, fan fiction stories on Harley and Ivy together in webcomics that get so creative in what they do between the two characters. You can only think to yourself, well, we got this show now. Will they go that far too? And they just might. We don't know. I mean, there are several webcomics, and this is no lie, from what I was told. There are several webcomics out there where Ivy and Harley are an item, and one of the things they like to do, when they get intimate with each other, one of the things they like to do is have Harley get cocooned inside of a plant. Like, basically, there's a plant that, swallows her and cocoons her, tightly to where, she's just nothing but Harley's plaything. Not Harley, but Ivy's plaything. And sometimes there are stories where they both get cocooned, wrapped up together, and then that's it. And like I said, you have a show like this now out there. You can only imagine how far they may go with them in this show, if they haven't already. But yeah, to me, I look at this special that's coming out tomorrow, and all I can say is it's going to be an interesting watch. They are teasing something potentially happening between Harley and Ivy. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe, again, it might just be a case of they'll stay together, but they got to be careful about how intimate they can get without causing problems. We'll see. We shall see. But I know one thing. If they do go in a direction fans don't want, they're going to hear it. There's no doubt they will hear it. But, I just wanted to come out here, give my thoughts on the special coming out tomorrow, and get your thoughts on it as well. What do you think about it? How far do you think they'll go? And until next time, guys, let me know what your thoughts are down below. Comment if you like, and I'm out.